Hi everybody, this is the Barbaro family. This is the first gardening video of 2012. Today is Sunday, April 30th, and we've been planting for a couple of weeks seedlings and stuff, but we'll show you what we planted. The first thing I want to tell everybody is do not plant anything that's delicate, like impatient flowers, tomatoes, eggplant, peppers, until after Mother's Day, because the weather's still cold at nighttime and those delicate plants can get destroyed, they can get killed. Right now you can start planting broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. We have kale in the garden. I've planted seedlings like carrots. We have arugula. We have broccoli rabe in here. We have peas in here. We have onions, and I'll show you all the various stuff that we have in here. One of the important things is if you have the garden, try to rotate your crops. So if you remember last year that you had broccoli in one bed, it's always good to rotate the crops. Let me show you what we got in these beds here. In the first bed here, we have a lot of cabbage here, and we have cauliflower in this bed right here. I spaced them out accordingly. The only problem with cabbage is once you pick the head, that's it, it's done. So by the middle of June, this should be done, and I can start planting something else here. In the second bed, we have kale, red stuff here. We have some collards here. We have cauliflower. We have Brussels sprouts, which are great. And we have broccoli. And we just planted some celery today here. On this red bed right behind, we have some little bit of arugula growing. On this bed right here, we have mixed salad growing over here. And we have lettuce growing on this bed right here. So what I did here is I planted peas on the outside of this bed. So I'm going to plant the peas and I'm going to trail them along the fence so I can still have growth inside this bed. And over here we have spinach growing over here. This is spinach here, and I just planted celery today. On this bed, yeah baby. You want a little piece over here? On this bed we have mixed salad. Another week or so we'll be able to plant the mixed salad and eat it. We water this. You want to eat this? Over here we have carrots. Carrots take a couple of weeks to germinate, so when you plant carrots in the garden or any seeds in the garden, make sure you keep the ground wet. Once they're wet and they stay wet, they'll germinate, they'll pop out these seeds. It took a couple of weeks for these carrots to come out. Over here we have radishes. And as you can see, I already have radishes growing here. You'll be able to pick them. Here, I'll pick you the first one. This is the first radish of the year. About 3 weeks from when it grew. It's beautiful. We're going to eat this in the garden. Now I'll show you what happened when I planted the seeds too early. In this bed, I left it for the kids to show. These are all radish roots. What happened was one night it was about 33 degrees. They froze and only a couple got left over. So you have to be careful. Try not to plant stuff too soon. And if you do, make sure you cover them with a row cover or a nice thin white quilt. You can eat them. Well, we're going to plant this one. I'll show you what else I got left over here. We have onions over here that are going to be popping out. And what I did is I interspersed the seedlings. As you see, the radishes are going to be picking them right now in the next week or so. This is the second set of radishes. So those will be ready in about a week or so. These will be ready in about 3 weeks or so. That's what you like to do. You like to plant them every couple of weeks so you don't get your crop all at once. That's very important. Over here we have beets. I have more radishes over here. And over here, as you can see, they're starting to pop out. I put in red onions last week, and I put in garlic over here also. And finally over here, we have our onions. Last year my onions were in that bed, and this year I planted them to this bed. Onions, you can buy the bulb of the onions and just plant the onions. That's a really simple way to do it. I guess that's it. Next week we'll hopefully be planting and eating some lettuce and eating some radishes, and we'll continue to plant. Thanks guys. See ya.